In this video, I want to share some tips for using a projector and slides in a meeting. Tip number 1 is to keep your slides as simple as possible. Make sure that text is big and the ideas are clearly expressed. Have one idea per slide and test the slides before the meeting by looking at them from a distance. You may not have the opportunity to test them with a projector, but a good tip is to stand away from the screen of your computer, further away if you're using a large desktop, perhaps a little closer if you're using a laptop. But make sure that the text is good and big. Tip number 2 is to avoid bullet points if you possibly can. A picture is worth 1,000 words, so if you can use pictures, diagrams, graphs, some form of graphic device, or perhaps use 1 or 2 key words that will resonate with your audience. Third, make sure your slides are high quality. Now, clearly they must conform to any necessary templates that your organization requires you to use. But within that constraint, you've got a lot of choice about how you do things. You can use a cheap old piece of clip art that people have seen 1,000 times and looks cheesy and awful, or you can get a high quality photographic image. You can take 15 minutes to sketch up a really awful diagram that is hard to read with terrible colours, or you can add another 5 minutes and sort out the line thicknesses, the angles, the precision of the diagram, and the colour choices that you make. And while talking about the appearance of your slides, here's a simple design tip. It's the rule of thirds. If you draw a grid over your slide that divides it horizontally into thirds and vertically into thirds, and then you put key points of information along those lines or at the points where they intersect, you will give your slide a lot more design power. And the next tip is to simplify charts and graphs and other graphics. It's very tempting to take them out of a report and stick them onto a slide, but often the text is too small, the lines are too thin, and there's far too much detail. Think about the components of the graph or the chart or the diagram that are crucial to communicate the message you're trying to get across, and see how much you can strip out and then render what's left as boldly and as clearly as possible using a small number of colours. And remember, not relying upon colour to convey crucial information in case someone in the room is colourblind and cannot see the colour distinction you've chosen. A similar rule goes to fonts as goes to colours. Keep them big and bold, and don't use too many. The general rule for fonts is no more than 2 different fonts on any one presentation, and certainly no more than 2 on any one slide, unless you've got a very particular reason. And be critical with yourself. Is that reason really a good reason, or are you just using your favourite font? And of course, house style is important. If your house style has particular colours and particular fonts, then use them as directed. Finally, keep away from flashy tricks. Yes, some people are excellent at designing fantastic, complex, flashy PowerPoint, and they can sometimes get away with it because they are trained and they have that skill. But for most of it, keep it simple, and certainly avoid flashy transitions. If people are talking about how clever your slides are rather than how clever your ideas are, then you've got it wrong, because when they think your slides are clever, they're not paying attention to your ideas and may just wonder if your slides are clever to cover up for weak ideas. And a bonus tip is to watch as many TED Talks as you can. Not only will you get some fantastic, interesting and intellectually stimulating content, but you'll see some of the very best presentations, people who have been coached by skilled presenters, and in particular, in our context, people who have been taught how to deliver really good slides. So not necessarily the TEDx presentations, which have less coaching, but the big TED events, they have coaches to help develop the slides. So look at what they do, see what you like, and see what you can learn from it. Next up, I want to talk about how to use slides and a projector during a presentation. It's very tempting to put the slide up and then to talk about the slide while it's up behind you, and your audience won't know whether to look at the slide or to look at you, where they should direct their attention, and as a consequence, you have lost control over their attention. The correct thing to do is to introduce your slide. The next slide I'll show you has some tips about presenting slides. And then bring the slide up. Once the slide is up, turn and look at the slide. You're not looking at the slide because you don't know what's on there. You're looking at the slide for two reasons. One is by turning your back slightly away from the audience, you're directing their attention at the slide because that's all there is. You're not speaking while you're looking at the slide because they wouldn't hear you clearly. So the only thing for them to do is to read the slide with you. And the second thing you're doing is you are reading through the slide to get a sense of how long it will take your audience to read through the slide, to take in the information that's there. When you judge that they've looked at the slide for long enough and the majority of the audience will be comfortable with what's on there, turn back to your audience and start speaking. The physical movement will draw their attention to you. They've got all the information they need from the slide, and therefore they'll be ready to pay attention to you, and now you can speak. And I don't want you to tell them what they've already seen, because they can read. That's an insult. What I want you to do is to add your insight to what they've seen, to summarize it, to add something you can learn from it, to point out something they probably will have missed. Those are the things to add. And when you've finished speaking about the slide, introduce the next one before you bring it up, click to bring it up, and turn to read it. Using slides effectively in terms of preparing them and presenting with them these days is a core skill for anyone in management or any professional or white-collar role. But it is still the case that those of us who can do it well do still stand out amongst the vast number of people who still do it poorly. Please do give us a thumbs up if you like this video. There's loads more great management courses content to come, so please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so that you don't miss any of it. I'll see you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep learning.